Have you ever felt like your content is solid, your offer is strong, but still crickets? Let me tell you, your problem isn't content confusion, it's that you're under marketed. So let's fix that. And I'm sharing a 3 step process to help you increase your visibility and profitability on this live. So if you are a coach and you already have a following on social media, you may have 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, even 100,000 followers, and you want to know how do you convert those followers into customers, then this live is for you. If you are an ambitious business owner where you're already accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, but you're not sure how to get them through posting your video content, then this live is for you as well. Especially if you're afraid of sounding salesy or feeling icky when you do sell, this live is going to help you. I'm going to share with you a 3 step process to help you to be able to increase your visibility and your profitability online. So if you are struggling, and if you are putting out video content and you're only getting about 100 views, 200 views, and you want to know how I can increase that so you can increase your sales, then this live will help you. I want to thank you all for tuning in right now. As you are coming in, feel free to double tap that screen. Feel free to like this video. Because the more you engage on social media, the more the algorithm will push this live out, right? So that is my ask of you. All you have to do is double tap that screen if you're on TikTok. If you're on any other platform, feel free to like it and share this video with your friends, right? Hit the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, invite like 15 people from your DMs so that they can also enjoy this. Now, here's the thing. I like to teach all of my lives like they are master classes. What does that mean? It means I'm not going to be sharing generic information. My goal is to help you to get your results, whether your results is for you to have consistent 10K months, 20K months, 30K months, 50K months, and beyond. That's what I'm here to help you to do. And that's with this 3 step strategy. So what you want to do as you're coming in is grab your notebook, grab your pen, take note, take action, make some money, honey. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. We're going to be together today for about an hour. I'm going to be dropping a lot of gems to help you take your business to the next level. So if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, service provider, or a coach, and you want to learn how can I use social media marketing in order to increase my revenue and my leads, then this live is going to help you. So if you are a business owner, feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat so I can go ahead and shout you out. We're live on 4 platforms right now. So if you're a business owner, drop the name of your business in the chat. I want to go ahead and shout you out. You never know who's tuning in, who's in need of your services. So that's one perk of dropping the name of your business in the chat. But if you're not a business owner and you feel like being motivated, you can feel free to stick around as well. However, this live is specifically for entrepreneurs, business owners, service providers, and coaches who want to know how they can use their video content in order to take it to the next level. All right, so thank you all for tuning in right now. Who am I? I'm Shamara Star Cox. Hey, Latasha. We got Diva Delights class of its own in the building right on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, Latasha. All right, and then if anyone's on TikTok or Instagram, feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat so I can go ahead and shout you out. I see some of you coming in right now. Hey, Angela, how you doing? We got Angela in the building. Anyone else in the building so I can go ahead and shout you out. And as you're writing the name of your business in the chat, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I am Shamara Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7-figure business owners get seen and get paid by creating binge-worthy videos on social media. Why binge-worthy? Because whatever you binge, you buy. We're in a society where people have Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, you name it, and they are binging it every single day, every single week, and then they're paying for it every single month. So what do? I show you how to create that same exact experience on your page so you can take your audience from just browsing to binging to buying. That's the strategy, and it works every single time. Hey, Chanel, thanks for joining me. So again, today I'm sharing with you how you can increase your visibility and your profitability. There are some of you in here where you're putting out video content and it's not really reaching the audience that you desire. Whether you are on Instagram, you are on TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and you want to be able to use your organic content in order to reach them. What do I mean by organic? I mean that you don't have to pay for ads. You can just show up. You can either go live or you can post your reels and your TikToks, and you can reach your audience and able to get sales. That's what I specialize in. I teach all my clients how you can do that. And so I want to show you a 3-step process so that you can implement it and build your business to six figures and beyond. For those of you who are already at six figures, how you can scale past six figures. So again, as you're coming in, like this video and share it out with your friends. The more that you engage, the more that social media will push it out. So I want to share a story with you, and then we'll go into the 3 tips on how you can shift your content so you're no longer under marketed. Again, this live video is for business owners, entrepreneurs, service providers, and coaches where you're using social media already in order to reach your audience, but you're having a difficult time to do that. I want to show you how you can shift that. Sometimes it's not your content. Sometimes you're just under marketed and not enough people are seeing you yet. And I want to show you how to shift that. So I used to think that nobody was watching my content. I'd send out emails, I'd post on social media, and I barely get any views, barely get some likes either, right? I thought maybe I'd take another course or redo or something, right? Like, who am I talking to where you're posting your content, barely anyone is seeing it, your views are kind of low, your engagement is low, the comments that you're getting is probably 1 or 2 comments, and one of them is from your spouse or your mama who just wants to support you, right? So that's where I was. And I wanted to know how to shift that. But here's what I realized. Here's what I didn't realize when I was posting my content. I didn't realize that my audience was still watching. So although they weren't engaging, they were still watching. They were still reading. That's because a lot of my audience, they're lurkers. How many of you, that's your audience? You're posting, but they're lurking, and you're not sure, how do I get the lurkers to engage with me, right? So my audience, they just wasn't responding yet. Then one day I got a message that said, hey, I've been reading your emails for a while and I'm ready to work with you. So after months of me posting content, months of me sending emails on my email list, somebody actually reached out and said, I want to work with you. That blew my mind, right? And once I understood that there are people who are watching, but they're not commenting, but they're still buyers, I had to shift my strategy in order to get the lurkers to engage with me, or in order to get the lurkers to move to the next level, right? So once I learned that, I stopped trying to get views, right? Because views is not what equals dollars, it's comments anyway, right? So I stopped trying to get views, and it happened again and again and again. Clients kept signing up, they kept binging my content, they kept buying from me, and I had 10K months all because of this. But let me give you the contrast. Before I started posting content with intention to get my lurkers to buy, right, and sending out consistent emails to get my lurkers to buy, I was trying to network my way into sales. So going to networking events, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's some of you right now where you're accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and it's great, right? It's what is building your business, going to networking events. All of that is really amazing. However, it can be exhausting, right? It could take up your entire day. So what I do now is, if I'm going to do networking, I'm also making sure that my content is working for me as well. Right. So I want to make sure my content is working for me as well. And so that is exactly what it was doing. And here is what I learned from converting my lurkers into buyers. I learned that when people see me, they pay me. Okay. When people see me, they pay me. That is a big thing. So it doesn't matter if they're not engaging, although we like to see the engagement because it is an indication that your content is resonating, but you can still get the people who are not commenting on your posts, who are not saving, who are not sharing. You can still get them to buy from you if you have a content strategy where they are seeing you and then they can move over into buying. So when people see me, they pay me. They see the results, they feel the energy, they trust the consistency. So if you feel like no one's paying attention to you, don't stop posting, right? We just want to tweak your strategy so that you can actually reach your dream clients, right? Your audience may be silent, but they're not sleeping. They're lurking and they're waiting for you to make them an offer so that they can buy from you. So stay visible, stay consistent, stay ready, because the ones who are called to you, they're watching. And when they see you, they will pay you. Now, that's something that I teach all of my clients. That's something that I want you to get inside of your bones, into your soul, a new belief to have. That if you want to get paid, make sure you're being seen. You want to get paid some more, make sure you're getting seen even more. But if you're posting video content and you're not sure it's reaching the right people, I want you to think about this. Hey, Kwanda, how you doing? I want you to think about this. Imagine your dream clients finding you on social media every day, not just through referrals, not just through word of mouth, but they're finding you every single day and they're reaching out saying that they want to work with you. How would that shift your business? Right? Social media allows you to reach an audience you haven't yet tapped into yet. But if you are putting out content, your views are low. So you're stuck between 100 views, 200 views. You want to know, how can I increase that? If you are putting out content, your comments are low. You're probably getting about 1 to 2 comments per post. And you're thinking to yourself, this is not working. I want to show you a strategy on how you can still get your audience to convert even when they are not engaging with you, right? But for now, I want to take some time to invite you to our Convert Content to Cash Challenge, where we actually show you how to implement this strategy. There are some of you where you may have joined a social media program before, you may have worked with a content coach before, and although those strategies were nice, you had a difficult time with implementing. So in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge, we help you to implement. That's our goal. Why? Because our goal is to show you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. It only takes 5 days, right? It doesn't take 3 months. It doesn't take 10 months. It takes 5 days for you to learn. But within those 5 days, you can start seeing results of your leads coming in. You can start seeing results of you being confident on camera. You can start seeing results of actually getting sales within those 5 days. Now, will you see all of those results? No, because it depends on your platform. If you already have an engaged audience, then we can help you to get the sales. But if your audience isn't engaged, then our goal is to help you to get the leads, right? So if you're in here and you're like, that's exactly what I need, that's what I desire, I want you to go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you are on TikTok, feel free to hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner. Type challenge accepted and send me your email address, and I'll personally send you an invite. If you are on Instagram, you can feel free to do the same thing, as well as on LinkedIn. And then if you're on YouTube, I'll go ahead and drop the link inside the chat for you. So you can click this link here to get access, and I'll display it on the screen for you if you are on YouTube and you want to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Here's the thing. If you are one of the first 5 people to sign up for VIP for the challenge, you get invited to an early access VIP mixer. And in that mixer, I get to meet you personally. I get to learn more about your business goals and actually give you a strategy for visibility, give you a visibility strategy for high ticket sales. Right? My goal as your coach, as your marketing coach, is to help you increase your visibility. Why? Because if your visibility is increased, so is your profitability. So we already have one of the slots taken up. So we only have 4 remaining. If you are number 6, then you won't be invited to this early mixer. But for the first 5 people to sign up for VIP, then you get invited to this mixer, right? So all you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted. If you're on YouTube, you can go ahead and click that link so that you can get access to it. So again, I want to share with you a 3-step process so that you can increase your visibility and your profitability. Some of you, you're not confused about content. You are just under marketed. There are people who are younger than you getting more opportunities than you. There are people who are younger than you making more money than you, and they probably don't have a better product than you. They probably don't have a better service than you. It's just the fact that they know how to do marketing and you do not. And trust me, I've been there. I have bought from my competitors before, and the things that they were teaching was mediocre, completely mediocre. And I was like, how are they getting seen more than I was? But it was because they knew marketing better than I did. So what did I do? I learned the skill of marketing. So I want to show you the same thing, because I promise you, if you bought any one of your competitors' service, and some of you probably did, and you recognize, man, this isn't good stuff, but they're selling it and they're making a lot of money from it, right? So my goal is to show you how you can be seen on social media so that you can get paid, especially if you already have a 6-figure business and you want to know how to scale to multiple 6 figures. This strategy will work for you, right? So this strategy is a 3-step process. It is called Become a Demand. That's what it's called. Become a Demand, AKA bad. I'm going to show you how to be bad on social media. Become a demand, right? So what does that stand for? It stands for be seen, aligned audiences, attract aligned audiences, and drive desire with the, no, let me switch that up. I forgot I changed my D. Let me see. The D stands for distribute your content. So one more time, it stands for be seen, attract aligned audiences, and then distribute your content. So this is a visibility strategy to help you to be seen by more of your audience so that you can actually be profitable with what it is that you are sharing. So if you're taking notes, this is where you want to start taking notes, because I'm going to be going into the first tip, which is to be seen. Be seen. If your views are stuck between 2 and 300 views, then this tip is for you. There's one thing that is missing from your content, right? There's one thing that is missing from your content that keeps you stuck. And if you're accustomed to getting sales through referrals and you're accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth, then you are not even aware that this is missing from your content. Because when people are referring you, you're coming highly recommended. So you don't even need to think about your content. But when you're on social media, there are certain things you need to do with your content in order for it to be seen. So what is that thing that you are missing that you need to shift when it comes to your content? That is a hook. That is a strong hook. Now, here's the thing. For some of you, this isn't new. You've heard this before. You're like, oh yeah, I know that I need to work on I know that I need to have hooks. I thought my hooks were good. But a clear indication that your hooks are not good is if your views are stuck between 100 views, 200 views, or 300 views. Once you have great hooks, you'll start to see thousands of views on your video, right? So what is a hook? A hook is the opening part of a video or piece of content designed to grab the viewer's attention and make them watch even more. So they're not going to watch 7 seconds if you can't catch their attention within the first 3 seconds. And there are some of you where you are accustomed to opening your videos like, hey, welcome back. Hey, it's your girl. Hey, Diamond Knights. And people don't know what that is. Diamond Knights is the name of your community. I see that so many times. I see business owners saying hello to their community. And the only thing is, when you're on social media, your video content is not being pushed to your community the way that you think it is. It's actually being pushed to people who don't know you. So if you open your videos with the name of your community, they have no idea what that is, and they're not going to watch. When you're putting out your video content, you should be speaking to people who do not know you. And that's the reason why your hooks are so important, right? So how many of you who are tuning in right now, this is new information for you, that your video content isn't being pushed to people who knows you. It's being pushed to people who does not know you. Doesn't matter what platform you are on. Your video content, when you push it out, it could also be carousels, it could be posts, no matter what. The content that you're putting out is automatically getting pushed to people who does not know you, who already knew that. I want you to drop a me in the chat if you knew that. If you don't know that, drop a no in the chat. I just want to do a quick poll. Y'all are quiet on social media, but it's okay because I'm just going to use this for my replay. All right. So I don't see anything in the chat. I will just go ahead and move on. So because your video content is being pushed out to people who doesn't know you, right? Then it's important for you to put out the content in order to catch their attention. Yes, thank you, Semi. Semi said yes. That I did know that. Okay, awesome, right? So how can you work on your hooks so that people could actually watch your videos? Well, the first thing is you only have 3 seconds to catch your audience attention. Right? So if you can't catch their attention in 3 seconds, they're not going to keep on watching. So what can you do to catch their attention? I'm going to walk you through 4 types of hooks. 4 types of hooks. Some of you probably only know about one hook, and that's a text hook. That's something that's written on your videos to let your audience know what this video is about. Have you ever seen someone's video and when you're watching it, you have no idea what it's about? There's no context. There's nothing written on the video, and it's so annoying. So what do? You just scroll. I've done that before. I'm watching someone's video and I'm like, what is this video about? There's no text on it. So I just scroll past it. So there's a lot of you're releasing your videos and there's no text on the video. So people are scrolling past it. Let me tell you, on Instagram, there's about 1.5 billion, no, I think 1.6 now, billion users on Instagram. TikTok has about 1.5, LinkedIn has about 1 billion, and YouTube, I don't even know how much YouTube has. But of those billions of people who are on these platforms, 30% of those people are business owners vying for the attention of your dream clients, just like you. That's millions of people posting video content to attract the attention of your dream clients. So if you are not putting out content to catch their attention, what's going to happen is they're not going to buy from you. They're going to buy from someone else. So how can you get their attention? That's by actually using a text hook. So a text hook can be anything that says 3 steps to blah, blah, blah. Here's why you're not blah, blah, blah. This one thing is missing from your blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if you are a relationship coach. It doesn't matter if you are a beautician. It doesn't matter if you are selling insurance or you are a consultant. If you do not put a text hook on your videos, then people are going to scroll past it and they're not going to pay attention, right? So I tell all my clients, make sure that you put some type of text on your videos so that people can choose if they want to watch it or not. So that's the first type of hook. I'm going to give you the other 3 and then I'll break down each one. Thank you so much, Semi. The second hook is a verbal hook. The third hook is a motion hook. And the fourth hook is a sound hook, right? So I gave you a text hook that's anything written on your screen. The second hook is a motion hook, is a verbal hook. So what's a verbal hook? That's the first thing that you speak in your videos. If the first thing you say is, hey, welcome back, it's your girl, welcome back to my channel. You ever see people do that? And those videos are the ones with the least amount of views. Now, let me give you a caveat. If you already have a large following, let's say like millions of people following you, you can do that because chances are your content is being pushed to returning viewers. So you can do that. But if you are a small creator, if you have a small platform, you doing that is hurting you. So no more, it's your girl. Welcome to my community. Oh, so last week we talked, no. Open up with a hook, a strong hook. You want to speak what that hook is, right? So I'm thinking about me and Kwanda, my girl Kwanda, I think she's still on here. We go live together on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, right? And I always have a hook ready. And every time I say the hook, she laughs at me like, you always come so prepared. But that's because I know that's the first thing that people are watching. And the goal is to keep them watching. If they do not opt in, if they do not listen to the hook and it doesn't speak to them, they're going to scroll. And how many of you now, you do have 100 views on your videos? You do have 200 views on your videos. And you're wondering, how can I increase this? Work on your hooks. So here's what I do to get better at my verbal hooks. I actually drop it into ChatGPT. I ask ChatGPT to help me with my hooks. Every time, right? Yes, Semi said me. Every time I am getting ready to do a video or even a live video, I don't care what I'm doing. Even if I'm writing just captions, right? Because LinkedIn, they're really big on photos and text. So even my captions have to have a hook in it. So what do? I tell chat, this is what my video is about. Please give me 3 options for hooks. That's what I write. That's the prompt that I write. This is what my video is about. Please give me 3 options for hooks. Why am I asking chat for options? Because, yep, exactly. You ask ChatGPT. Why am I asking, excuse me, why am I asking chat for options of hooks? Because sometimes the first hook that chat gives me is so boring, it's so bland, it's so generic. And I'm like, chat, that's not good, right? Exactly. Yeah, Semi says chat's my boyfriend. Chat is my CMO and my COO. That's my second in command right there. Right? So I asked chat to give me 3 options. Now, here's the thing, because you can give chat that prompt and it's going to give you some boring, generic stuff. The thing that's most important is that I always ask chat after it gives me the prompts, or sometimes before, I'll say, does this speak to my dream clients? You always got to check chat because chat sometimes be on vacation and will just give you anything that has nothing to do with your dream clients, even though it knows your dream clients. So it gives me the hooks and I'm like, chat, does this speak to my dream clients? And chat will be like, oh yeah, here you go for your dream clients, okay? So never just take what chat says off the cuff. You want to make sure that it's speaking to your dream clients, okay? So I do that every time and then I choose the best hook so that I can speak in my video. So if you were here at the top of this video, I actually had a hook. Right? So let me read my verbal hook. The hook said, have you ever felt like your content is solid, your offer is strong, but still crickets? Let me tell you, your problem isn't confusion, it's under marketing. Let's fix that. I'm sharing a 3-step process to help you increase your visibility and your profitability online. I'm not just opening my videos. Although I used to do this, I used to open my videos like, hey, y'all, welcome back. It's Star. I'm in New York. And those videos were okay. But I also recognize that each algorithm, it shifts. No matter what platform you're on, it shifts. And because right now we're in a season really where they're putting the content in front of people who don't know you, it's really important that I speak to my dream clients so that when they hear the hook in the video, they get hooked. Right. So even in your live videos, make sure that you have hooks in there as well so that you can attract your audience attention. So we have two hooks. We have the text hook that's on the screen, and then we have the verbal hook that you are speaking. The next hook, right? I told you you have 3 seconds to catch your audience attention. I'm going to show you how to catch their attention in 1 second. Why? Because we don't want to gamble with the other two. Okay, let everybody else do the 3 second, but you start implementing this to catch their attention in 1 second. And that is called a movement hook, right? Or a motion hook, something moving in your videos. As human beings, our eyes are automatically attracted to anything that's moving. I use my hands a lot. So I'm pretty sure when I'm talking, you're looking at my hands. That's on purpose, but also I'm from the hood, so I use my hands. Okay. But if I had something moving in my background, you would be hearing me speak, but you'll be paying attention to what's moving in my background. Now, some of you are nosy and you're looking in my background anyway. You're like, what book's she reading? Okay. Right. So any type of movement in your video is what's going to catch your audience attention. Oh, you are so welcome, Semi. So I want to give you a couple of, I'm not telling you what hood I'm from, but it is in the Bronx. If you know the Bronx, then I'll DM it to you. But if you don't know the Bronx, I'll tell you, I won't say, right? So if you are moving in your videos, then you'll be able to catch your audience attention. I want you to think about your favorite movie. Think about your favorite movie and let me know when it's on top of your mind. You can drop it in the chat. What is your favorite movie? Right? So take some time to write it in the chat what your favorite movie is. And while you're thinking about that, I'll share with you what my favorite movie is. So my favorite action film is Bad Boys 2. That's my favorite action film. Right? So let me know when you have your movie in your head. Like, what's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Bad Boys 2. Okay, Semi says her favorite movie is Megan. I never heard of that movie before. That's probably like the first time I've ever heard of that movie before. But anyone else, tell me what's your favorite movie, right? So now you have your favorite movie in your head. And I want you to think about the first 10 seconds of that movie. There is so much movement in that movie. Some of you are like, I can't remember what movie that is. I can't remember how the movie opens. For me, Bad Boys 2, it opens up with a high-speed car chase. Yes, a high-speed car chase, right? But if you think about your favorite movie, something is moving. Whether the camera is zooming in on someone's face or the camera is zooming out on someone's face, right? Okay, Ron Hudson said Bourne Identity. Oh, yes, Bourne Identity opens up with a lot of action as well, right? Harlem Nights. Oh, hey, Dash, I didn't even know you was in here. I never saw Harlem Nights. Is that bad? I never saw it before. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Keisha, right? So you're the beginning of the movie, either the camera is zooming in on someone's face, it's zooming out, it's switching locations, or you see credits moving across the screen. There's always something moving inside the movie, and they do that on purpose. Why? Because they know you're going to pay attention when something's moving. If it was just still, we wouldn't pay attention. We'd ignore it. It'd be boring, right? So I want you to adopt the same mindset for your videos. When you're putting out your videos, think to yourself, what can be moving in my videos? Should it be me? Should it be the text on my screen? Should I change my locations? Right? So I'm going to share two things you can do to move in your videos. And the first one is a slow zoom. I tend to take a slow zoom effect in CapCut or Adobe Premiere. I put it on my videos and I slowly zoom in so that people are I'm catching their attention. Or you can do something as simple as just leaning in. That's it. Just lean in. So have you ever felt like, and that's it. So I had a client do this. This client, she built a luxury wedding business offline, and she wanted to start a new business online where she was doing business coaching. And when she first started working, before she started working with me, she's putting out video content that barely anyone was paying attention to. And I said to her, okay, you know what? Just start leaning into your videos. And she started leaning in. She didn't change any of the information. She didn't change the topics. She was teaching the same thing. But when she started leaning in, she said her audience started going crazy for her content. Why? Because there's some type of movement. Instead of you just being so afraid and talking direct to screen like this, add some type of movement to your videos so that you can catch your audience attention, right? So we're talking about how you can increase the views on your videos, especially if you're stuck between 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, right? Adding a hook to your video can help, but there are 4 types of hooks. There's a text hook, so there's something written on the screen to let your audience know what the video is about. There's a verbal hook. That's what you are speaking. That's the first thing that you speak to catch your audience attention. Then there's a movement hook that you can put in your video to catch their attention in 1 second. And then there's a hook that we don't ever talk about, right? And this is really for the pros. So if you're not a pro, don't implement this hook. But if you are a pro and you want to make sure that you're catching your lurkers, so these are people who are watching your videos, but they're not engaging with you. You really want to catch your lurkers. You really want to increase your views. And that is by adding a sound hook. A sound hook. You can add a sound effect at the very beginning of your videos. You can add a sound effect within 3 seconds of the video. It's automatically going to catch your audience attention because they're hearing something now, right? So they can visually see your movement and your text on screen, and then they can hear your voice and hear the sound effect, right? So adding a sound hook will also help you. Now, you can do anything for a sound hook. I have used things where I've broken glass, right? I've had a broken glass sound effect that helped to catch the attention. I've also added a swish pan sound effect, sometimes some laughing sound effect, right? Just something that's going to catch your audience attention. They're going to be like, wait, what was that sound? Right? So this now takes your videos up a notch. Now, some of you in here are thinking to yourself, oh, but I don't like editing. It's going to take forever to edit. Here's the thing. If you are a business owner and you're already hitting 8 to 10K months, hire an editor. Hire an editor. You're trying to do everything on your own, but your specialty should be speaking to and selling to your audience. You can get yourself an editor from overseas in the Philippines, in I think this is a place, Svetlana. No, I don't remember. Russia. Russia's definitely a place. I can't remember. I just hired a new editor from this specific location. I can't remember the name of the location, but you can get them from all over, not in the US, and you can actually pay them less money than you would pay someone in the US, right? It's because when you're only making 8 to 10K a month, you don't want to waste all of it hiring someone in the US who is going to charge you way more. So you can actually hire overseas. And let me tell you, when you're hiring overseas, when it comes time to file your taxes, they do not need a W-9. Actually makes things a lot easier. You just pay them, you account for it on your taxes, but you don't need a W-9 to show that you've paid them, right? So that's what I do. I hire people from overseas and they don't even have to work so many hours. So my very first editor actually was in America and he was great. And he only works for me 6 hours a week. He would edit 5 short form videos each week, just doing that. Right. So it's not impossible. Some of you keep thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, if I hire a team, then I'm going to run out of money. No. If you hire a team, it's going to help you to make more money because now they're freeing up your plate so that you can focus on bringing in more sales. So get yourself a team member. If you are just starting out and you cannot hire a team member yet, you can enlist your children. I work with clients where they're like, you know what, I can't invest in an editor yet. And I'm like, well, do your kids edit? And their kids do edit and their kids are happy to help them, make them as part of your team. And another thing is, if it has to be you to edit, then you want to keep it real simple. Start off with just doing the verbal hook and the text hook. Just start there. And as you get more comfortable with your videos, start to add the movement hook. And as you get better at editing your videos, start to add the sound hook. So one step at a time. You don't have to do everything all at once, right? Okay, so which one will you try in your next video, right? I just shared 4 types of hooks: text hook, verbal hook, motion hook, sound hook. Which one will you try in your videos? I want you to go ahead and type it in the chat if you are still with me. Which one will you try next? Sound hook, motion hook, verbal hook, text hook. And as you're writing in the chat, I want to share one of my clients who actually used the verbal hook and text hook and was able to see astronomical results. What kind of results? Astronomical. So one of my former clients, Marianne, she actually works in MRR. But prior to her doing MRR, she had ran her own business and it was successful. So now she was shifting to online and she wanted something that was simple. Marianne's in her 60s. She wanted to help people in their 60s, near to retirement age, retire without dying broke. That was her goal, right? And so when she first started working with me, she would put out content, people would engage, but it wasn't a lot of people that were engaging. They weren't buying as much, right? She joined the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. We showed her what to say in her videos, how to be clear in her messaging to reach her audience. She used the strategy, the text hook and the verbal hook, right? And her verbal hook was so strong that her video went viral. And she got 60,000 leads from one video. 60,000 leads, okay? What would 60,000 leads do for you and your business? Will it build it or will it break it? You answer me. If you were able to get 60,000 leads, if we were able to help you get that, will it build your business or break your business? Some of you, you're ready for that. And you can convert. If your conversion rate is 50%, imagine you have a 50% conversion rate and you got 60,000 leads. That's 30,000 new sales, 30,000 new clients. Are you ready for that? Right? Oh, Semi said, what's a lead? A lead is someone who's interested in buying from you. And so that's exactly what happened with Marianne. She was able to get 60,000 leads. Did she convert all of them? I had no idea. But our goal was to help her to get seen and get paid. And that's exactly what happened. But I did get some updates from people who are working with her. She's still killing it here on TikTok, putting out her content, reaching her audience, right? So if you're in here and you're like, I want to know how to do that. Even if 60,000 scares you, we've had people who've only gotten 30 leads, right? So maybe 30 leads is more your vein and maybe you're ready for that. But how would it shift your business? Will you be able to convert them? Does that mean you can hire your team? Does that mean that you can go on vacation? You can enjoy more time with your family? 60,000 leads? If you're like, girl, that's exactly what I need, and I want to know how I can do that. Like I shared about the hooks, but you still want to know how you can use hooks that works for your audience, then go ahead and join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge where we can help you. But Marianne's not the only one who experienced great results. Lori, who's a fitness entrepreneur, when she joined the challenge, before she worked with us, she's putting out content, but it wasn't getting any leads at all. Who's there right now where you're putting out content, but it's not getting you any leads? And it's really frustrating because you don't know if it's the content or if it's the algorithm that blocked you, right? And so here is Lori. She's putting out her content and it's reaching people, but it's not getting any engagement. It's not getting any leads. So in the challenge, we showed her what to say in her videos. And she used a strong verbal hook in her video. She got 3 leads. And when she came to me, she was like, oh my goodness, Star, I said exactly what you told me to say. And I was able to get leads. So it's not hard to get leads. All you got to do is know what you're doing. All you got to do is understand marketing so you can attract your audience. So that's what happened with Lori. And that's what happened with Marianne. And that's what could happen for you. That's the possibility. You don't have to sit here on social media trying to figure out. Like there are some of you in here where you have a team. You have a social media manager and you have a VA where all they're doing is putting out content for you, but it's not actually getting you results. Right? Like if I asked you right now, are you getting leads and sales? You're like, no, they're just putting out the content. There's no point in posting just to post. The goal is to post with a purpose, and that purpose is profits. What if you actually worked with a marketeer to show you what content to post that's going to bring in the leads and sales so that your social media doesn't feel like it's just a place that people are watching without buying? What if you actually work with a marketing strategist that gives you a strategy that brings in 60,000 leads so that now you can grow your business significantly as opposed to incrementally because you don't think that it's possible to have 50K months from social media? Just what if? If you're in here and you're like, I do want to take my business to the next level, because your next level doesn't have to be you being the best kept secret. Your next level could be you on larger stages speaking to people. It could be you on high profile podcasts, blessing more people and more people buying from you. That's what your next level could be. But you got to decide, I'm ready to stop playing small. Marianne would not have gotten 60,000 leads if she was playing small. Lori wouldn't have gotten her 3 leads if she was playing small. You got to decide, I'm ready to grow my business exponentially and I won't be afraid of it. So if you've made that decision and you're like, Star, I want to join the challenge, all you have to do is DM the word challenge accepted if you're on Instagram or LinkedIn, and send me your email address as well. And I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. And then if you are on TikTok, hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and DM the word challenge accepted so that I can personally send you an invite. I'll also make sure to pin it here so that you can get it on TikTok, right? So it's now pinned. It's only going to be there for 30 seconds so that you can actually get access to the challenge. And if you're on YouTube, just click that link that's in the comments so that you can get access. Now, in the challenge, we have 2 levels. We have VIP and we have Diamond Experience. The challenge is a live event. So it is not pre-recorded content that you're watching and later on we respond to you. You're with me on Zoom at a live event. And in the VIP sessions, you get to ask your questions and receive live answers in that moment. That's the best way for you to get results in 5 days or less. That's our goal, because you're asking me questions about your content, about your business, about your marketing, and I'm giving you live answers for you to implement that same day. That's what happened with Marianne. She said, I need help with my messaging. What do I say? I told her what to say. She did it. In the challenge, she got 13 leads in 3 days. 2 weeks after the challenge, she got 60,000 leads. So it works. With Lori, she was like, I need help with getting leads. What should I do? She asked that in the challenge. She implemented the same day when I gave her the answer, and she got 3 leads the next day. So it's really up to you on how fast you want to see results. Now, here's the thing. You could wait. You could wait to join the challenge if you want to. But if you wait to join the challenge, that only means that you're going to wait to get your results too. And I know for me, I'm an action taker. If I have a goal of hitting 80K months, I do not want to wait. I want to hit 80K months right now. So whatever it is that I need to learn right now, I'm going to implement now. Why? Because imagine 30 days from now, you didn't join the challenge. You're watching my live video. You're still in the same place. What would that mean for you? And what does that say about you? Are you still playing small? Are you still putting everything else before your business? Some of you are like, oh, it's because I have clients already. But I thought your goal was to scale. It's going to be extremely hard to scale if you don't keep bringing in those leads and those clients. So if you're like, I do want that, join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Get your VIP ticket. The first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you get invited to an early VIP mixer where I want to share with you a high visibility strategy for high ticket sales. Right? So in that mixer, again, it's live. It's me, you, and 4 other people. Right? So only 5 people get invited to this mixer where I get to understand your business before the challenge starts. Why is this important? Because a lot of the people in our challenge, the reason why they're able to get amazing results is because we meet before the challenge. They get to meet me, I get to understand their business, and I get to share with them. Right? So that's if you sign up for VIP. Again, we have a second option, which is the Diamond Experience. In the Diamond Experience, it's only for the business owner where you value elitism. You value exclusivity. Nobody else can get this but you. As a Diamond Experience member, you get a one-on-one elite content strategy session with me. It's for 30 minutes. And in that session, we automatically identify who you are speaking to and how to speak to them, and what your content strategy is. Now, Marianne, when she joined the challenge, she was able to get this session. That's why she took off in the challenge. We had 2 other people who got the Diamond Experience last year. That's Keith and Vanessa. I'm not sure if they're here now, but their name on TikTok is Blank Page to Author. They got that session and they thrived in the challenge. Why? Because they got clarity. There are some of you where you're putting out your content and you're still thinking your dream client is a Black woman between the ages of 35 and 60. And so you're putting out content to speak to that audience. And first of all, they can't hear you because it's too generic and too bland. Secondly, 35 and 65, that's 2 different audiences. So now you're putting out content to try to appease both, and it's not working. And you still think, oh yeah, this is my dream client. One of the first things we do is we shatter that. I shouldn't say shatter it. We go deeper so that you can truly understand who your dream client is, and so you can create content that speaks to them. That's what happens in the diamond experience. You get everything in VIP, but you also get that one-on-one elite content strategy session. Now, that session is for the people where you're like, I really do want to be able to speak to a coach. I really do need help with a content strategy, but I don't want to have to pay $10,000 for it. All you do is join us for the diamond experience. It's significantly less. But once you DM me the word challenge accepted, I'll personally send you the invite. Choose the second option, which is the diamond experience. And as soon as you sign up, I will send you the link to join us. I will send you the link for the one-on-one elite content strategy session. Okay. So we're talking about, you're not confused about your content. You're under marketed. You're under marketed. So this first, I'm giving you a 3-part strategy called Be a Demand. Be a demand, right? And that is, it stands for BAD. Be seen, attract aligned audiences, distribute your content. So the first tip I gave you was to be seen, and that was by working on your hooks. The second tip, right, is align your audience. Align your audience. But in order for you to align your audience, you actually got to address your mindset. You got to address what's hindering you from being seen. So before you can align your audience, you have to address what's hindering you from being seen, right? Is it imposter syndrome? Is it fear of judgment? Is it that you're camera shy? Is it fear of sounding salesy? What is keeping you invisible? Because there are some of you, the thought of being seen sounds nice. But when you start to put out the content, there's a part of you that keeps holding back. Because in your mind, you think something's going to happen. Some part of you is like, but what if I'm not able to help these people, even though you have results of already helping people? Some of you are thinking to yourself, but what if I sound salesy? What if I feel icky when I do this? What if people leave bad comments? What if people make fun of me? And all of these thoughts is what's keeping you from being seen. But you were called to be seen. You weren't called to be the best kept secret, and you weren't called to be invisible. There are some people that you are called to, and they will never meet you through word of mouth and referrals. They will only meet you through your content. How long will you keep them waiting? How long will you keep them suffering? You have the solution to their problem. Whether you're a relationship coach, a business coach, or you are a service provider, whether you're a consultant, you have the solution to their problem. And the only way they're going to find you is through your video content. But how long will you keep them waiting? How long will you have them waiting to find you? You got to address what's hindering you from being seen. I know for me, when I first started putting out my video content, I was nervous to be seen too. God told me to start creating content full time. I had just quit my job as a TV producer, and God told me, start creating content full time. Now, here's the thing. In my mind, I felt like a loser. In my mind, I felt like I had a failed career because my goal was to be CEO of NBC by 30. I know it didn't happen. And because it didn't happen, and God was telling me to leave this all behind me, I felt like I failed, right? I was still living in my mama's house. So I felt like a loser every single day. And now God was telling me, start creating content full time. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want people to see me. There are some of you in here where emotionally you don't want people to see you. That's why you're not putting out the best content. And it doesn't matter how much videos you post. It doesn't matter how much work you do. If your mind tells you that you don't want to be seen, it won't be. It won't be. So what did I have to do? I had to heal. God had to heal me and let me see, like, you're not a loser. You are just a work in progress. I'm working on you. You had your own plan, but I have my own plan for your life. And this is the plan that I want you to follow. And when I started to do that, do you know, the more video content I put out, the more confident I became. The more I was okay with people actually seeing me. There are some of you where you won't put out video content or you won't even go live because you recognize it's another level of vulnerability. And you're like, I'm not ready for the people to see that yet. There's some of you where you won't put out the video content yet because it's intimate. And you're not ready for people to be intimate with you because something inside of you makes you think that you're not good enough. Something inside of you makes you think that you're not worthy enough. I had a client come into the challenge, and let me tell you, the challenge is a video challenge. It's a 5-day video challenge where you're creating video content every day of the challenge. This is not a challenge where you just get information and that's it. No, 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 no. You get the information and then you implement. Hey, Janine, how you doing? So on day one of the challenge, this person came in and she said, hey, I don't do videos. And I'm like, girl, you do know you joined the video challenge, right? But by day 3 of the challenge, she was putting out video content that took off. I mean, she was performing, her video content was doing better than anyone else's. By day 4, she was shooting her videos in her mirror. She was being creative. Her creativity was being born from her putting out this video content. And what did we learn? We learned that the reason why she didn't do videos is because she didn't feel confident in her skin. She had gained some weight and she felt like that she looked a certain way. But when we helped her to see how beautiful she is, how the message that she has to share is so important, guess what? She started showing up. She started showing up. We had another person come into our challenge. She already had built her business to $300,000 in a year. And she had to start a new business. So she had to shut down that business and start a new business. But she was depressed and she didn't know it. And so because she was depressed, she wasn't showing up in her videos. But in the challenge, within the first 3 days of the challenge, this depression broke off of her. And we started to see how she was flourishing in her videos. She started wearing more colors. Sometimes we think that the videos are going to expose us. But really what it does is that it reveals us to the world who has been waiting for the healing that you have for them, for the solution that you have for them. If you can just get out of your own way, get out of your head and start showing up for your audience, you will see how long they've been waiting for you. When I started showing up in video content, I started getting clients. But not only was I getting clients, those clients started getting clients. And when they started getting clients, they started getting testimonies that said, thank you so much that I found you because I couldn't have done this without you. It's a chain reaction. When you show up and help someone, that person shows up and helps someone. But my question to you is, are you willing to pay the cost of not being able to be seen so that person won't be able to be set free? Are you willing to pay that cost? I know I wasn't. I could have stayed in my own feelings and I could have been like, no, God, I'm a loser. I'm never showing up. But instead, I got out of my own way because I recognized there was a bigger purpose in me. And there's a lot of you right now where you have you're making local impact in your inner circle with your clients now in your local community. But there's something in your heart that won't let you rest because you know it's time to reach a larger audience. Are you going to ignore that call and keep feeling restless, or are you going to answer and just start by putting out those video content? I want you to think about why you started your business, right? Get it at the top of your mind. Why did you start your business? Did you start it to make an impact? And that impact could look like you being on bigger stages and speaking. It could be you being on high profile podcasts and helping people. It could be that you're helping thousands of people every day with your service. Some of you could have started your business because you wanted to build generational wealth. Some of you started because you want to leave a financial legacy. Some of you started it because you were so tired of working a 9-to-5 and being abused by your bosses. And you decided, I'm going to start my own business and treat my employees better. But I want you to think about what happens if it never scales. What happens if you never take your business to the next level? Then what? Would you still be making that impact? Would you still be building generational wealth? Would you still be leaving that financial legacy? There's a cost to not showing up. It's not just invisibility, but it's also a lack of impact, a lack of purpose. So if you're like, I want to stop playing small, I want to show up, whatever's in here that's hindering me, I want to get set free from that, then join us in the challenge because those are the things that we help you with. There's a lot of us who think if I just post the videos, I'll be fine. If I just has never happened. There's so many of you in here who's been telling yourself, I'm going to go live today. Today becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes a year, and you still haven't gone live. Or maybe you have gone live just at one time, but you still couldn't find time to go live again. Why? Because something in here is telling you to hold back. Only thing is, something deeper is telling you it's time to be seen. So if you're ready to be seen, you're ready to reach your audience, you're ready to be on bigger stages. Like I have a client, she's a health coach. She was able to grow her Instagram to a former client. She's able to grow her Instagram to 106,000 followers. Do you know that after she grew her platform, Essence started reaching out to her? She became a speaker at Essence Fest one year. She became a speaker at iHeartRadio another year. People are booking her to speak in her masterminds. They're booking her to do collaborations with her. That should be you. But if you keep playing small, it's never going to happen. There are bigger rooms that you should be entering. And it starts right here with your content. I know you could try to bust the door down all you want, or you can put out the video content that builds your audience and be invited in. So if you're like, I'm ready for that, I want that next level of visibility so I can increase my profitability, but also be able to help people. All you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted, and we will help you. The challenge is not just about helping you create content that sells. The challenge is also helping you to be seen and be paid, because that's the calling on your life. So if you're on TikTok, hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and DM me the word challenge accepted along with your email address, and I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. If you're on Instagram or LinkedIn, you could just DM me the word challenge accepted and I'll send you an invite. And if you're on YouTube, you could click the link that's already inside the chat so you can join us. The challenge kicks off on July 7th. So we are nearly 1 week away from the challenge. And you can say to yourself, man, I'll just wait another month. But what does that cost if you wait another month? Imagine learning how to create the content now that speaks to your audience, that opens doors for you, so that next month you're probably on getting invites to stages that you never even thought would recognize you or know you. Or you can wait, and then those opportunities will also have to wait. Right? So if you're in here and you're like, that's me, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I'll personally send you an invite. So again, we're talking about you're not confused about your content. You're under marketed. And I'm sharing with you a 3-step process. Be seen, attract aligned audiences, and distribute your content. So I already gave you the first tip, which was to be seen. I want to give you the second tip, which is to align your audience. Align your audience. So if you feel like the algorithm is blocking your content, or you feel shadow banned, then this tip is for you. So if you've been putting out your videos and it's under 100 views, it's stuck at 100 views, and you're thinking to yourself, I must be shadow banned. If you try to search yourself on TikTok or any social media platform and you're not popping up, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, the algorithm has blocked me, then this strategy is for you. This strategy is called collaborations. Collaborations. Instead of relying on the algorithm to push your content, you can actually collaborate with other people who have your audience, but they're teaching something different from you. I love to call this profitable partners. Profitable partners, right? So I implemented this strategy into my content when I recognized that Instagram was no longer pushing my content. It didn't matter what videos I put out. It didn't matter how many videos I put out. I was stuck at the same number for a year. How long? I know I can't hear you. I just like doing that. 1 year. I was stuck at the same number for 1 year. It did not matter how many videos I put out. It was stuck. It didn't matter how many times I pivoted. It didn't matter how many times I shifted. If I put out long form videos or short form videos, my Instagram numbers were stuck. So I needed a new strategy that wasn't reliant on the algorithm. How many of you could use a new strategy that's not reliant on the algorithm? Drop a me in the chat if you're like, yes, I want a strategy that's not reliant on the algorithm. Another reason why you want a strategy that's not reliant on the algorithm is because Meta glitches at least once a year. Actually, We're due for a glitch. So I wouldn't be shocked if Instagram shuts down one of these days because it glitches. Every year, around the same time of year, Instagram glitches, Facebook glitches. And during that day, you cannot reach your audience, right? TikTok has been threatened to be closed, shut down so many times. This is year 5. It's still being threatened. What? They got another pushback. They got another extension. TikTok is always getting extensions, right? But imagine that TikTok goes away. You're going to want a strategy that has nothing to do with the algorithm, right? And so this strategy allows you to do it. It's called profitable partners, where you are collaborating with people who have your audience, but they're not selling the same thing as you. Now, before I give you examples of that, I actually want to give you examples in the TV industry where this has worked effectively. Because I told y'all that I'm a TV producer, right? So in television, you know, it's so funny. A lot of what these marketeers are doing on social media, we've been doing in television for many years. So these things are not new. They're new to social media, but in television, these are old, right? So how many of you remember TGIT? Thank God it's Thursday. It used to come on ABC, and it had Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, and Scandal. Did any of you used to watch that? Like, I know for me, hey Manaz, how you doing? Oh yeah, Manaz, I'll give you some examples in a little bit. So give me a second. I'll give you some examples in a little bit. So Manaz is on LinkedIn and she said, I'm a photographer. I do corporate photography. Who can be my partner? Right. So I'm going to give her some examples in a little bit. I'm actually going to give a lot of you examples. So if you have a business and you want to know how can I partner with someone, you can drop your business in the chat and I'll let you know how you can partner with people. But anyway, so for TGIT, they had How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, and they also had Grey's Anatomy, right? Do y'all remember that? I remember I used to watch it. I used to be planted on my seat every Thursday in my living room watching Scandal because I did not want to miss the lunchroom conversation that was going to happen the next day. Okay. And so, do y'all remember watching Scandal and how Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, they had a crossover? They had a crossover. Why did they do that? They did that because the Scandal viewers and the How to Get Away with Murder viewers, they would love it. And it allowed them to cross over into audiences and bring in the Scandal audiences to How to Get Away with Murder and the How to Get Away with Murder audience to Scandal. They did that on purpose, right? Anybody used to watch those shows? Was it just me? That's okay if it was just me. I want to give you another example. Another example is from the CW with the DC crossover. So I love comic book movies and shows. And on the CW, I'm a big fan of The Flash still till this day. Still love the Green Arrow. Still love DC Legends of Tomorrow. I love all those shows. And every year, at least twice a year, they would do a crossover where Flash joins Green Arrow and they would crossover. And soon it got so big that they would have all the shows doing a crossover. And for an entire week, the shows are crossing over. Why are they doing that? Because they want the viewers from the fans from each movie or each show to be able to get a taste of it, right? So that's what you want to do. It's the same idea. If the algorithm is suppressing your content, find yourself a profitable partner where they have the same audience as you, but they're not teaching the same thing as you. That's the most important thing. When I first learned this strategy, what would get me stuck is I'm a marketeer. So I was looking for other marketeers, but it doesn't make sense because now I'm ready to make an offer. And that person's like, we're teaching the same thing. We're selling the same thing. So would it make any sense? So instead, I started to target people who were not selling the same thing as me. Right? So again, look at who has the same audience as you. For me, my audience is business owners. That's my audience. So who else has an audience as a business owner? One, a business coach who doesn't teach marketing. Another, a legal coach who helps business owners, but they don't teach marketing. It makes it so much easier to collaborate with them. Why? Because they can sell to my audience and I can sell to their audience. Right? So I want you to think about who can I partner with where I will be able to benefit and they will be able to benefit as well. Right? So Manaz is on LinkedIn and she asked, she's a corporate photographer and she said, who can be my partner? Right? She said, I mean, collaborating partner, also how we contact. Yep, I'm going to give you those steps too, right? So I'm going to put her question on the screen if you're all watching on LinkedIn and YouTube. But she said, I'm a corporate photographer. Who can I partner with, right? So as a corporate photographer, you can actually partner with business owners. Why? Because there are some business owners where their dream clients are corporate businesses, right? There's one person who I'm thinking of right now. Her name is Ashley Nicole. I absolutely love her content. She teaches business owners how they can get corporate contracts. So when she first started her business, she was attracting corporate businesses. So there are some business owners where a lot of their audience is corporate businesses. And if you collaborate with them and you let them know, hey, here's how I can help you and here's how you can help me, they will want to work with you. So that's one type of people. The next person is an executive coach. Manaz, you can partner with an executive coach. Why? Because executive coaches are typically working with executives who want to move up to the next level in their business. And oftentimes they are teaching these executives how to use LinkedIn in order for them to get to the next level in their career. And part of LinkedIn is taking professional photos for your LinkedIn headshot, right? Some of them need to build out websites. And you can help them take professional photos, not help them. You can actually take their professional photos so that they can have it on their websites. So far, that's two people, business coaches and executive coaches. And I had one more, but it just escaped me. When it comes back to me, I'll share it with you. Oh, the next person that you can partner with is a career coach, because career coaches are actually working with people who are in their careers and get to the next level. So partnering with a career coach, they're working with executives, they're working with upper management. So you can partner with them so that you can serve their audience and they can serve your audience at the same time. So you see how simple was that? I gave her 3 people that she could partner with. Manaz is a photographer, but I told her she could partner with an executive coach, a business coach, or a career coach, because they're teaching their people how they can scale to the next level in their career. And Manaz is just taking their photos. So what happens here? She's not stepping on their toes. They're not stepping on her toes. That's what we want. A profitable partner. I have some more examples, right? So let me give you some more examples. If you are a relationship coach, you can partner with a life coach, right? Because you're helping people with relationships, and life coaches are typically helping people to heal what's going on in here and go after the things that they desire. And one of the things they desire is probably to have better relationships or to get married. So you can partner with each other. A mindset coach and a business coach. There are a lot of business coaches who do not have a mindset coach in their program. They may have an accountability coach, but that's different from a mindset coach. I remember being part of a coaching program and they had lots of different coaches. And I asked them, hey, do you have a mindset coach? Because the things I was going through was mindset wise. I needed to overcome my limiting beliefs. And they did not. They had someone to hold you accountable, but they did not have someone to help me break the limiting beliefs. So a mindset coach and a business coach is a good collaboration. And next one, interior designer and a realtor. Interior designer and a realtor. The realtor is selling homes, and the interior designer can help you to design the home. Do you see? Same audience, different services. That's the purpose of a profitable partner. One last one, event planner and a DJ. Event planner and a DJ. One is planning the event, the other one is DJing the event. Same audience, different services. That's the goal of a profitable partner. When I implemented this into my business, some of the results that I was able to get was more sales, more leads, more speaking engagements. And there was no pressure because the person I was partnering with did not feel like I was trying to take from their pot. Instead, we were coming together and we can help each other, right? So how do you, let me give you an example of when someone invited me to speak in their group, right? So another name for profitable partners is called endorsed audience marketing, right? So endorsed audience marketing. So you may have heard a couple of coaches talk about it, but I like to call it profitable partners because both of you should be profiting from this partnership, right? So someone invited me to come speak to their audience, and I taught his audience how to create content from their busy life, right? I only spoke for 1 hour, and in that 1 hour, I made $900. From that 1 hour session, I made $900. That was for people to join my challenge. From my challenge, I made $5,000 because the people who came in through my challenge from his audience ended up opting into my academy. So, all from me partnering with someone, I was able to leverage his audience and make, I think, $6,000 or $6,500, something like that, right? Just from being able to leverage his audience. Would that be worth it for you? If you were able to leverage someone's audience and you were able to make thousands of dollars from it, let me tell you, there are a lot of big gurus who are doing this now. They're constantly collaborating with one another so that they can be able to get sales. So I remember when I first met Myron Golden, he was on a social proof podcast, right? With the guy who leads it, Sleep is for Suckers. That's how I first met him. And then I became his client. I don't even listen to Social Proof, but I had a friend who did, who sent it to me. Myron was talking about his challenge and I joined. So it's not anything new. Whenever an actor is promoting a new movie or an author is promoting a new book, they are booked on talk shows for a reason because they're leveraging that audience. As I said, in television, this stuff isn't new. In social media it is, but it is a good way for marketing. So I want you to think about who can you partner with? Who can you partner with, right? Okay, so Manaz asks, also, how do we contact them, right? So I'm going to give you 5 steps on what you can do in order for you to get these profitable partners. And some of you are like, girl, you're giving so much away. I know, because I'm abundant. I can give a lot away. But what I've noticed is that it doesn't matter how much I give away. If you don't know how to implement it, you won't see the results from it. That's why I have the challenge. I open all my lives and I tell you, I'm going to give you the information. But if you need help with the implementation, join us in the challenge so that you are not sitting here like, wow, Star just gave so much information and I want to implement this, but I don't know where to start. It starts with the challenge because what I do is I walk you through it. I can share everything in the world with you. But if you do not know how to implement this, all it was nice information. More information that you just collected and hoarded in your system and you're still stuck. The goal is to help you to create a marketing strategy and plan for your business to get you results. Yes, Janine said that is so true. All right. So how do you know who to partner with? The first thing you want to do is think about who has your audience. So first you have to know who your audience is. If you're still saying your audience is Black women between the ages of 30 and 55, that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you. You need to understand who your audience is, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is make sure they're not teaching what you're teaching, right? So it's so easy for a relationship coach to partner with a relationship coach because y'all are teaching the same thing and selling the same thing. But that's not the goal. The goal is to think beyond that. Okay, who has my same audience, but they're not selling or teaching what I'm teaching, right? Okay. Third thing, reach out to the partner and propose a collaboration. So we do have scripts that you can use in order to propose collaborations, and it's highly effective. We have a system that you can use. And let me tell you, when I say highly effective, I mean it. It got to the point that I had to slow down my profitable partners because I had a partner every week. It was a lot and exhausting. So the strategy works because what does it do? It opens up your network and it allows you to reach a larger audience outside of the algorithm. So it does work. We have scripts that we can share with you, but most importantly, we show you how to build a system so that you don't burn out and you have the capacity for it, right? So reach out to the partner and propose a collaboration. Next thing, have an affiliate link that you can share with them. Have an affiliate link that you can share with them. What do I mean by that? If you are going to leverage their audience, pay them for it. Pay them for it. Yes, I said that. You don't got to pay them a lot, but just let them know every time they use this link, they can get a price for it. For us in the challenge, whenever you're referring someone and you're using your affiliate link, or we call it our profitable partner link, whenever you're using that, you get 40% of the sales. Now, the VIP ticket for the challenge is $297, and the diamond experience is $597. So each time someone clicks your profitable partner link and they make a purchase, you get 40% of that. Do I have any math people in the building? What is 40% of 297 and what is 40% of 597? It's definitely not $2. It's a couple of $100, right? So that's what we do. We're generous with it. But you don't have to do 40% if you don't want to. You could do 10%. Now, here's the other thing. Ask them for their affiliate link. Ask them if they have an affiliate link. Why? Because if you're going to promote their services, you should get paid for it. Affiliate marketing is very big. So if you're going to partner with someone, make sure they have an affiliate link. Now, they don't have to have one, and you don't have to have one, but it's a good way to sweeten the partnership because you're offering them something and they're offering you something. I have a friend now. Her name is Haley, and I refer her to people all the time. Me and her, we do teach similar things and we may be selling similar things, but we have different audiences, right? So I work with business owners where you're already at six figures ready to scale. She works with business owners who are just starting out. So what do? Whenever someone comes to me and they have never ran a business before, I send them to Haley. Now, Haley, she does also work with people who are already at six figures. So it's up to her to choose, like, okay, which she sends people to me who want to learn how to use Instagram and TikTok because she teaches LinkedIn. So you see how that works? We're both in marketing, but because we have specific niches, we can partner with each other. So that's something that you go even deeper into. But if you're like, I want to know how to leverage this strategy, this is something that we do teach on day 3 of the challenge, right? So if you want to know how to leverage this strategy, feel free to DM me the word challenge accepted, especially for you if you were like, that's a new strategy. I never heard about that before. I thought the only strategy was to post my reels and my TikToks. No, there are a lot. We teach you lots of different marketing strategies because it has to align with who you are. Like the strategy that you use should be part of your capacity, and it has to align with who you are and how your audience likes to consume content. That's what we do. But if you don't know how they like to consume content, you'll constantly be putting out carousels wondering why people aren't viewing it, why people aren't engaging with it. Everybody else is doing carousels. Why is it working for them and not for me? Because you're not in alignment with your marketing. Last year, I went through a phase where I did all the things for marketing. I did everything my business coach told me to do. I did everything my ads person told me to do. And all it did was make my business clunky and make me exhausted. And when I removed all of that, I stopped doing all of that and I got back into alignment with who I was and who I serve, then I started to implement these strategies, profitable partners, podcasts. And there's a reason I explained in the challenge why I use these marketing strategies, right? So in the challenge, we don't give you generic. We also do not give you cookie cutter. That doesn't make sense. Your business is different from another person's business. We have to give you the strategy that is unique to your business, unique to your audience, so that you can scale, right? So if you're like, that's what I want, DM me the word challenge accepted, whether you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit the orange button at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, DM me challenge accepted, and then also send me your email address and I'll personally send you an invite. If you're on YouTube, the link is in the chat. All you have to do is click that link right there. If you're doing it on your phone, once you get to the Convert Content to Cash Challenge site, if you're doing it on your phone, the first thing you see is a video of me. You can watch the video if you want to, but if not, just scroll down and you will see the first button that says VIP experience. Click that button, join us. Join us, right? Okay, so I'm going to share one more tip because we are at the end, right? And I just want to wrap this up. I'm going to share one more tip. Again, I'm talking about you're not confused about content. You're just under marketed, right? And I'm teaching you the Be a Demand strategy. The Be a Demand strategy. It stands for BAD, which is be seen, attract aligned audiences. And the third one is distribute your content. So I'm going to go kind of fast with this because we are a little over time. Who am I fooling? We are a lot over time, right? So distribute your content. Why most experts are invisible online is because they're all in on one platform, even when the platform isn't working for them. So you're all in on one platform, even when it's not working for you. You're like married to Instagram. You're married to TikTok. You're married to LinkedIn. I was the same way. But here's what I noticed. that each platform has seasons. So when I first started posting content, it was for Instagram. And I wanted Instagram to work so badly, believe me, because I'm like, it's the number one social media platform. I want it to work. However, I decided, let me test my content on TikTok. Do you know what happened? My TikTok took off. My TikTok got me 10,000 followers in the span of a week, while I was posting on Instagram for years and couldn't get to 5K. You got to tell me what's going on with that, Instagram. Okay, answer me later, right? So I got 10,000 followers on TikTok in a span of a week. Same videos I post on Instagram, they're also going viral, but I'm only getting 5,000 followers. So that's where I was. Then my TikTok takes off again. I get up to 25,000 followers. And my Instagram takes off again, but it only starts at 8,000. Same videos, mind you, and on both the videos are going viral. But my Instagram is just not growing. So what did I do? You think I was just like, okay, Instagram, please let me stay here? No, I leveraged TikTok. And I was able to get sales from TikTok. At first, I was only selling on Instagram. But my TikTok started asking me, what are you selling? We want to buy. I never once told them I was selling anything. I was using TikTok for fun. How many business owners are in here trying to use TikTok for fun? Right? So that's what I was doing. And it got to the point that my audience was like, we're ready to buy. I was like, oh, shoot. So what I started doing, I started focusing a lot more on TikTok. I got a lot of sales on TikTok. But then my TikTok started to slow down and my Instagram started taking off. And I was like, okay, let me go back to focusing on Instagram. And I was able to leverage Instagram when TikTok slowed down, right? And then they both started acting right again at the same time. So I started leveraging both. Then my Instagram slowed down and I started leveraging TikTok. Then my TikTok slowed down and I had to go to LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay? You see how that works? The goal is to be omnipresent just like Jesus. You want to be on multiple platforms. Now, here's the caveat, because some of you are like, I'm tired just being on one platform. You want to master one platform first and then start to implement the others. When I started on Instagram, I hadn't mastered it yet, but my TikTok took off. So I said, let me master TikTok. When TikTok slowed down, I moved to Instagram and I mastered that. So now I had two platforms under my belt that I mastered. And then it was time. Now, let me tell you, God was the one who told me to do this. God told me to move to YouTube. So I started posting on YouTube, right? And now I'm learning that platform. But prior to that, I was doing LinkedIn. So now we have 4 platforms that we are leveraging. Why? Because of this. Google has a saying, or I should say it's a research. Google has this, it's called 7-11-4. People got to research you 7 times before they buy. They got to watch you 11 times before they make the decision to buy. And they got to see you on 4 different platforms before they choose to buy. 7-11-4. Now, this is true. I've seen it happen with me. I got a client because she saw me on Instagram. She closed Instagram, opened up TikTok, and I popped up again. And she was like, oh, she must be doing something right. And she became a client. So when people see you on multiple platforms, one, especially if they're Christian, they're going to think, oh my goodness, God sent this person to me because I keep seeing them everywhere, which could be true as well. And number 2, they're becoming familiar with you now because now you're dominating their phone. So they want to work with you. All right, Janine says, which social media platform is currently your season? For me, in this season, it's LinkedIn and YouTube. Those are my platforms. So I'm leveraging LinkedIn and YouTube as my platforms. So if you notice, like, if you're following me on Instagram and TikTok, I do not post short form content on here at all. I only go live. Why? Well, live is one of my strategies and I love doing it and I teach it. But on LinkedIn and YouTube, you will see me posting short form content, long form content. I'm posting a lot more over there because the goal is to build up those platforms. So that's mine. Yes, yeah, Janine. I really believe that God is doing something with YouTube. He's been calling a lot of people to YouTube. So I do recommend that a lot of people start leveraging YouTube, especially because YouTube is really good. Man, I said YouTube so many times just now. YouTube is actually pushing a lot more short form content. Like now when you open the app, the first thing you're going to see are short form videos. So that should tell you something with YouTube. It wants the TikTok audience. So it's leveraging leveraging the short form videos for that. The other thing is you can now go live on YouTube from your mobile phone, right? So it's actually showing up vertical. So YouTube is leveraging horizontal videos and vertical videos because they want the TikTok audience. So that's their goal. And so because of that, you get more airtime. That's TV talk. You get more airtime, right? Okay, Janine says, did you say you don't post videos here? No, I don't. Janine, I don't post like TikToks here anymore. My last TikTok video was probably like 2 months ago or so. But I go live here 3 times a week, right? So I'm still leveraging my platforms. I'm just doing what works for my marketing strategy, which is live videos, which is something that I teach y'all. Because you don't have to post on every platform. You can still show up without posting on every platform, right? So that's what we show you. So you want to distribute your content on different platforms so that you are attracting that audience. Now, here's the thing. When you're learning which platforms you should be on, the goal is to understand 3 things. What content grows your following, what content builds your engagement, and what content gets you sales. Once you understand what content grows your following, gets you engagement, and builds your engagement, gets you sales, it is easy to be on any platform. It's not about mastering the features. There are some of you heard that TikTok was pushing carousels now, so you're posting carousels. You heard that Instagram was pushing carousels, so you're doing carousels. You heard that stories was the best way to sell, so you're doing stories. And all you're doing is you're hopping from feature to feature, and it's exhausting you. It's not about mastering the features. It's about understanding your audience behavior. If I post this video, will they follow? If I post this video, will they engage? And if I post this video, will they buy? Once you know that, no matter what platform you are on, you will follow that same strategy, and it will always bring you sales. That is the goal of social media marketing. It's not for you to post just to post. It's for you to post with a purpose, and that purpose is profits. So if you're in here and you're like, I want to learn how to create content that sells in 5 days or less, join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. In the challenge, our sole purpose is to show you how to create the content that actually reaches your audience. That's the goal. How do you speak to them in a way that makes them want to buy without you sounding salesy? And how you reach them in a way where they feel like they know you. If you're in here, DM me the word challenge accepted. Send me your email address as well. I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. The challenge is for the coach using social media where you already have a following, but you do not know how to convert them into customers. We show you how to do that in a challenge. The challenge is also for the business owner where you're capped between 8 to 10K months. You're accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth and referrals, and you want to know how do you take your same expertise that you're using locally, one-on-one, and put it into video content that converts. And the challenge is also for the successful service provider, business owner, or coach where sales isn't your issue. You get sales every single day. Your issue is visibility. You want your influence to match your income. That's what we help you with in the challenge. We show you how to put out the content that's going to get you on bigger stages and high profile podcasts so you can expand your influence and your impact. If you're like, I want that, don't hesitate, because I'm telling you, the challenge kicks off July 7th. And if you're not in before then, that's it. You don't get in for July. But if you have goals that you want to hit and you want to start seeing results by August, join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. DM me the word challenge accepted. I'll personally send you an invite to the challenge. The first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you're going to get an early access VIP mixer. And I'm going to be sharing with you a VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. If you are signing up for the Diamond Experience, you get access to an elite one-on-one content strategy session with me. And that can be as early as tomorrow, but it's up to you. When I send you the invite to the challenge, click it, sign up, join us. Again, the challenge is live. It's not pre-recorded. You're not going to be put in a Facebook group and we never see you again. It's live. It's intimate. You get to ask your questions. I answer you right then and there. I audit your videos every day of the challenge so that you know what content is working and what content isn't. All right, so I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm talking about the social media funnel for 50K months. That's what I'm talking about tomorrow. I go live Tuesdays through Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be talking about the social media funnel for 50K months. Some of you, I'll see you in a challenge. Some of you, I'll see you right back here tomorrow on this live. Y'all have a wonderful day.